Look, when Jamie Dimon and I are in exactly the same place, it's because we have a serious problem in this country. And that is a part of the financial system is being used by terrorists, by drug traffickers, by rogue nations in order to launder money, move money through the system and finance their illegal activities. You know, we have something called the Bank Secrecy Act. There's a new threat out there. It's crypto, and it is being used for terrorist financing. It is being used for drug trafficking. North Korea is using it to pay for about half of its nuclear weapons program. We can't allow that to continue. Today's terrorists have a new way to get around the Bank Secrecy Act, cryptocurrency. Last year, an estimated $20 billion in illicit crypto transactions funded every kind of dangerous criminal. Mr. Dimon, you've been CEO of JP Morgan for almost 2 decades. Can you explain why crypto is such an attractive financial tool for terrorists, drug traffickers, and rogue nations?
I got this rat, this annoying, key-eating fucking rat.
I've always been deeply opposed to crypto, Bitcoin, etc. You pointed out the only true use case for it is criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance. And that is a use case because it is somewhat anonymous, not fully, and because you can move money instantaneously, and because it doesn't go through, as you mentioned, all these systems have been built up over many years. You know, your customers, sanctions, OFAC, they can get bypass all of that. If I was the government, I'd close it down.
But what do you think of there's about a dozen big financial companies, Fidelity included.
Number one, I don't care. So just please stop talking about this shit.
Here's Johnny.
In Bitcoin specifically, you had JP Morgan CEO and Chairman Jamie Dimon calling it essentially pet rock, and once again calling into question its worth and its value here. I would love to get your reaction, especially as some of the financial industry elites and figureheads are continuing to cast some doubt here.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Brad. What do I think about Jeffrey Epstein's banker being concerned that a distributed, decentralized, open public money could potentially be used for bad things, sitting on a ski resort in Davos? I don't really care. I don't know why anyone cares, right? I mean, that guy knows when money's used for bad things. So it's a weird opinion of his. And my pet rock was up, as you said, 160% last year. It performed well against the dollar. So I don't know. I don't really care what that guy has to say about Bitcoin. I don't know why anybody does.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious that the deranged senator and her banker side chick Jamie Dimon are definitely not fans of Bitcoin. But what gives? What's their beef? Well, we got some damning evidence behind their motives that might shock you. But first, we are going to dismantle and destroy all of their Bitcoin lies in under 3 minutes. Are you ready? Let's get it. 1. Bitcoin is backed by nothing. Actually, it's backed by the most powerful computing network in the planet, so go fuck yourself. 2. Bitcoin wastes too much energy. You definitely been smoking the Liz Warren peace pipe. Wasted. Okay, well, the energy consumed by mining should be weighed by the benefit of a decentralized, global, secure, transparent money that is transcending borders and politics. It's a pretty good trade-off, and not to mention a lot of that energy powering the mighty Bitcoin network. Well, a lot of it was wasted, stranded energy, and now there is a means to directly monetize that energy and send it anywhere on the planet. And for the environmentally conscious, Bitcoin is like the cleanest industry on the planet if you're measuring it in the ESG world, if you know what I mean. Without even trying to be, just by incentives alone, Bitcoin is somehow environmentally conscious, unlike a lot of the people that just LARP about it. All the Greenpeaces out there, if you're really about the things you promote, the things you claim you promote, well, look no further than Bitcoin. It fixes pretty much everything, and the energy problem is one of them. Next, Bitcoin is too volatile. That's paper-handed pansy speak. And it's wrong, because Bitcoin is the best performing asset in the history of mankind. It is a feature, not a bug, and it highlights the credibility of the network's monetary policy. 4, Liz's favorite. Oh yeah, Bitcoin is used by criminals. Wrong. Bitcoin is censorship resistant. It allows any and all to transact detect and cannot identify what a state deems as a quote-unquote criminal. I mean, if you think about it, if X can be censored, then all can be censored. Again, this is a feature, not a bug, Liz. While we're at it, why don't we go ahead and take a look at who some of the criminals are and their currency of choice.
Let's don't lose sight and focus from the big picture. Crypto is currently a very small part of the puzzle. The major funding channels were and remain state funding, Iran and others. Those are the major players. Most of the funds are still being transferred by the traditional channels that we all know from the past. Banks, money transmitter, payment system, hawala, money exchange, trade-based tourism financing, charity, cash, shell companies, and crypto. The effort should be global and focus on imposing global sanctions on Hamas and their sponsors, as was the case with ISIS.
5-0, Jamie. Governments are gonna ban Bitcoin, right? Wrong. That would get an F. Governments can't ban Bitcoin. They can only ban themselves from using it, which is highly regarded. But you can go ahead and check out that news out of China yesterday. Ban it, attack it, fight it. At the end of the day, all you're gonna do is pump our bags. So keep it up, Liz. Jamie, you're doing fine too. That's another old bullshit Jamie Dimon statement. But Satoshi controls Bitcoin. He's gonna appear like a genie out of nowhere and take all the Bitcoin just for himself. I can't even do it with this one. Has Jamie Dimon ever read anything in his life? Oh, that's right. They're just liars. It's what they do. But Bitcoin by design, it has no single point of failure. No single individual, entity, government, state, institution. No one can control it. And that's what makes statists like Liz so upset.
Wait, that is also why China recently banned Bitcoin. Because they can't control it, which is the exact same reason Elizabeth Warren hates Bitcoin. The Chinese communists and Elizabeth Warren, they both want to control you.
Oh, number 7, no intrinsic value. That's funny because it's kind of contending for the global store of value and money, like as we're speaking. Bitcoin's value lies in its unique properties, and those properties make it superior to all historical forms of money and monetary systems. Woo, we got one more to go. Do we got it? Do we have it in us?
I didn't hear no bell.
That's right, damn it. Number 8, no one uses Bitcoin. No, it's not used as legal tender in nations or leading movements against tyranny and authoritarianism worldwide. Hey, come here. Looks like Jamie hasn't seen the numbers, or else he'd probably shit himself.
He refuses to wear his adult diapers, but he keeps having accidents.
Cumulative transaction volume approaching 42 trillion. Cumulative transaction count 954 billion. The cumulative miner revenue 58.8 billion. Bitcoin addresses with a non-zero balance approaching 52 million. Yeah, absolutely no one uses Bitcoin anywhere in the world at all. Liz, Jamie, and to all you fudsters.
Christ, that felt good.
All right, we destroyed Jamie, Liz, and their Bitcoin lies and FUD. Now on to the big one. We have damning evidence exposing Jamie Dimon, that giant tapeworm, and his regarded PR lady Liz Warren have been attacking Bitcoin all this time. Let's roll it.
On September 12th, Jamie Dimon says Bitcoin is a fraud. He says he'll fire any one of his traders buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin drops 24%. When Jamie Dimon speaks, people listen. So that weekend, we found out that the largest buyer of a Bitcoin fund that's in Europe that buys physical Bitcoin, right? The largest buyer was Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan. And that's not illegal.
He says it's a fraud.
It says he'll fire anyone that buys it. Yes.
And at the same time, his company is buying it.
His company is buying it.
It's just, so unethical.
Oh man, beautiful. There you have it. The crypto army out to go shut down Bitcoin, or just trading and stacking sats on the side. Not to mention he had to ask Larry to be a part of his shiny new rock ETF. And Liz, yeah, they're in league together. Obviously, the partners. And it's either this, or they're just lying to attempt to remain relevant. You know, going back to the intro and Jamie, I wish we would shut up about the scandalous institutions and their irrelevant criminal business models of leeching and stealing from the public. JP Morgan is literally one of the most fined institutions in history. We're winning so hard. And not to mention, it looks like we got nation-state adoption and a supply shock meeting a demand shock. I hope you were able to seize those cheap sats while you could. Make sure you're taking care of those Satoshis out there. Make sure you get them off exchanges, get them into self-custody so these clowns like JP Morgan don't rug pull you. Looking to get started or learn more? You can book a free 30-minute call using that link below. Hey, I'll catch you all next time. Peace.
If you prefer to go down with the ship, fuck you.